We'll chant Om 3 times, followed by the invocation shlokas. Okay. Inhale deeply. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. As we are studying Kathopanishad, let us chant the first line of from Shankara Bhashya in praise of both Mruti Devata and Nachiketa. So, one of you please repeat after me. Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vaivaswataya
Vevasataya
Mrutyave
Mrityave
Brahma Vidyacharyaya
Brahma Vidyacharyaya
Nachiketase Cha.
Nachi Nachiketase cha.
So, we are studying, we are uh, starting after 4 weeks gap almost. So, we our last class was in the beginning of this month. So, and today is the almost like last day. In Kathopanishad, we are seeing a story of a child named Nachiketa. His father, who is son of Vajishrava, whose name was Uddharaka, he was performing a yajna. What kind of yajna he was performing? It was called as uh, Sarvajit Yaga. In this Sarvajit Yaga, everything needed to be given out. Why? Because this Sarvajit Yaga is to win over everything. To win over everything, we need to give up everything. If we, so this is a logic. Okay, to win over everything, you have to give up everything. If you heard the word sannyasa, we know sannyasis, etc., right? So, sannyasa is giving up everything and gaining everything is sannyasa. Gaining everything means what? Gaining Brahman. So for that, what they do, the sannyasis, they give up their family, they give up their source of living, everything, and they just, of course, they are striving to stay with their mind fully focused on Brahman. That's all they would do. And because they are doing this, and their focus is primarily on Brahman alone and nothing else, it becomes the responsibility of our society to take care of such a monk so that he or she gain moksha. And anytime someone gains moksha, they anyone who helps them, it is said that our scriptures say that whoever helped them to attain that situation, meaning their devotees, their followers, etc., when this person gains moksha, all the punya that this jiva has accumulated, it will be distributed among their disciples. Okay, so this is how the greatness of the sannyasa or sarvajit yajna is. Mm, giving up everything. Now, when you are giving up everything, what you are supposed to do is that you have to give up everything in your whatever you have. So even in South India, there is this temple called Tirupati where people do have a mannat, moku. Okay, so you make a promise, and the promise is something called it as niluvu dopidi is the Telugu word. What exactly it means is that as if someone is pointing you at a gun point or a knife point, okay, you give up everything that is in your possession. So this is what they promise to Bhagwan that, oh, maybe if something happens, I mean, like, okay, so if you take care of my child, I will do this, or whatever reason. Now when they go, what they do is that anything on their body, right, all jewelry, etc., including whatever money they have in wallet, etc., everything they put it in that hundi. Now, obviously, what people do in practice, only whatever they want to give, those are the things that they wear there and go to the temple and do it. So that means what it becomes is a farcical thing, not really what they really intend. Okay. Now here, this father was also doing something very similar. What he is doing is that he was donating all the cows that are useless. In fact, when you donate a cow which is useless to a or to anyone, now it becomes their responsibility to take care of that other jiva, that animal, and they're not getting anything in return. So he's giving those kind of a thing. So in fact, rather than helping the people who helped him, he was doing this kind of a thing simply because that is what Shastra calls for. Okay, so he's doing this Shastra in name but not in spirit. Okay, he's following the Shastra in as if he's donating, but he is not really following because in spirit, all those animals that he was donating away are actually burden to the receivers. Now the son has seen this and he felt that the father, by doing this, he will go to Anandanama Loka. Anandanamate Lokasthan Sagachati Tadadat. So Nanda means happiness. Ananda means where there is no happiness. That is what he is going to go. Okay. Because one of the things is that in Shastra, in scriptures, you have two types of we can do two types of things. One, in expectation for something, like certain rituals, like so, and other is without any expectation. So when meaning with love. So for example, oh, I'm doing Satyanaratna Swami Vrata. Why are you doing this? Because I want a promotion. Now, if this is my attitude, now this becomes a transaction between me and that higher entity. When the transaction is happening between me and the higher entity, if he's going to give what I want, I must perform what I said I would do in rightful manner exactly. Now, if I undercut, either by making some mistakes in the procedure or in the amounts of things that needs to be done, If steps are missed, this are missed, that is missed, then that means that I haven't paid my dues properly. When that happens, it says that there is a particular fault called as pratyavaya dosha. Pratyavaya dosha means the dosha or the negativity that will result from not performing the action properly. So it is something like this. Say for example, if you are in a science lab, okay, and you are supposed to do a particular procedure correctly. Now, or maybe like let's say think about a surgery. You have to precisely cut. You have to cut at the exact spot, right place, not too much, not too less. If you cut too much, there's blood loss and the patient may die. If you don't cut enough, you can't reach the thing. So like that, like so many things are there and it needs skill and the procedure has to be perfect and accurate. If it is not done, patient will have negative impact. So in the same way, this one also, when we have this transactional based ritual, okay, that you are conducting, then if you don't do it correctly, then there is this pratyavaya dosha is there. But on the other hand, if you're doing the same Satyanarayana Swami Vratam, okay, or same Santoshi Mahavrat, the same the Ayappa Swami Diksha, whatever you do, that is simply because, oh, I'm doing it because I love God and I want to offer whatever I can. When that attitude is there, you missed a step, it doesn't matter. You skipped a step, it doesn't matter. You have it is at that time the protocol doesn't matter. Okay. So here, this person on the other hand, here, this Uddalaka, what he's doing with intent of gaining something. So because of that, if he's not following the protocol properly, he's going to end up in this Ananda Nama Loka. That is the concern of the son. Now he wants to help his dad not to fall into that trap and suffer for a long time in future. So what he did is that he went and asked, because you are performing this Sarvajit Yaga, where everything has to be given, automatically you have to give me up as well. So who are you giving me up to? Okay. So again, the father, he was following the scripture or the ritual by the book, not by the spirit. So he neglected the son's words a couple of times and eventually he got angry and he said, I'm giving you up to Yama. Now, when he said that he is going to give up the son to Yama, now the son did not feel very bad about it. He is happy. He was thinking, his thought process is that, I am, in some ways, like, I'm the topper in the class, and sometimes I'm like in the middling student. And my dad has said that he's going to give me up for Yama. What use would Yama have from me? How can I benefit Yama because he's giving me up to Yama? This is the thought that he had. And then, obviously, like here, the Upanishad jumps few steps ahead without giving too many details, but that is where the job of the uh, translator, not the translator, but the commentator, the Bhashyakara, he fills up the details saying that now, once that words are given, because they are said in the Yajnashala, that words cannot be taken back. So, even though the father is repentant about it, the son tells that, don't worry about it, I am going to go to Yama. And that is where we have a mantra there. Anupashya yatha purve pratipashya tata pare sasyamyo pachyate sasyamyo jayate punaha. So he says that, you know, anything in this world is initially unknown, unseen, and eventually you'll see, like me, unmanifest. From unmanifest comes manifest, and from manifest it goes to unmanifest. You look at the grass, every blade of grass was not seen few days ago. It is coming now and it will go away. Human life is also like this. So what is the point in valuing this human life as opposed to valuing our dharma? Hence, we must value our dharma and we must perform what we said we will do. This is more important. And because of that, even after we don't even know when this happened, all we know is that the Vedas were composed by sage Vedavyasa about 5,000 years ago. But the content of these Vedas, I mean, the Vedas themselves existed from time immemorial, and this is part of a story from these Vedas, which were time immemorial. That means what? This was also, this happened, the Nachiketa Upakhana happened long, long time ago, and still we listen to it, we get inspired by it even after this long, simply because of the strength of their character. Okay, that strength of the character is what is shown, and what he did is that from that point he went to Yamaloka. Again, the Upanishad is kind of quiet uh, about how he went. But later on, when we all study, when we look at the boon, probably today or tomorrow, in the next session, when we look at the boon, the first boon of Nachiketa, we understand that he actually died and went there. Okay, so when he goes to Yamaloka, obviously Yama was not expecting him. He was busy and he was out of town, quote unquote. Now, when he goes to Yamaloka, when he goes to Yama's house, because he wasn't there, even though the family invites him inside, he doesn't go in, because it is a custom that when the head of the household is not there in the house, he cannot go in. That's number one. The second thing is that when his dad said that I am giving you to Yama, that means what? Yama is going to be your master from now on, and you need to listen to what Yama says. Now, when this Yama's family try to feed him, he cannot eat anything simply because Yama's family is not there. His master, only Yama, Lord Yama alone is his master. So, without permission from his master, he cannot eat or drink anything. So, Yama did not show up. He did not come back for 3 days. So, this child was without food or water for 3 whole days and 3 whole nights. Then, at that time, Yama has come after uh, 3 days, and as soon as Yama has come, his family members and his amatyas meaning his ministers, etc., they all told Yama that there is this child who is waiting for you, and for the last 3 days he did not eat, and so you must take care of him right away. And when he said that, okay, and when they said that, he immediately rushed to uh, the this child, and he when they told, what did they say is that they said that it is as if Vaishvanara means is a fire. A fire has entered the house. Okay, now fire, when it enters, when it's in the house, it has to be taken in proper care. It cannot be neglected where it can burn the entire house. At the same time, fire is needed for cooking, etc. Right? So in the same way, when a Brahmana, an Atithi comes, if we must take care of that person properly. Otherwise, when they are unhappy or upset about it, it will have a very negative impact on our well-being. So understanding this, Yama goes and talks to uh, Nachiketa. So in our last mantra, what we saw is Asha Pratikshe Sangatagam Sunrutam Cheshta Purte Putra Pashunscha Sarvan Etad Vakte Purushasya Alpamethaso Yasyan Shanvasati Brahmane Gruhe. So here what happened is that if uh, the if this person is, if Atithi is not taken care of properly, if Atithi remains in the house without eating or drinking, it said that the householder's entire wealth is lost. What do you mean by entire wealth is lost? It's not like physical wealth itself, but like, mentally, the owner of the house, head of the household, feels very bad and he will lose his values, etc. All of those. So Asha Pratiksha means one is aware of, like I am aware of what I want, okay, and desiring for something that one doesn't see, meaning like roughly like hope. How do I say? Let me rephrase this. See, sometimes what happens is that we don't know what is good for us. I mean, like we want what is good for me. I want what is good for me, but I don't know what is good for me. This is a situation for all of us. Like, say, for example, if I'm going to, if I apply for jobs and if I get like, I applied for 10 jobs and 3 jobs came. Okay. I mean, it's kind of tough in this marketplace, but let us say, in that case, what do you want? What do I want? I want the best job possible. But I don't know which one, job 1 or 2 or 3, which one I should take, I don't know. Okay. So this is the Anishchita. Okay. We want what is good, but we don't know what is good. So, but we are hoping for the best. So now, what is this? So what I do is that when I worship a Bhagwan, a deity, okay, then punya, punya means merits are accrued at the mind level. And when that punya is accrued at the mind level, it will bring happiness at the word level in terms of speech. So nrutam, okay, from the speech level. And to attain body level, at body level, what we want to do is that we want to have, we perform various Vedic karmas, etc. All of these are done, these Vedic karmas, etc., they're all done at physical level. Okay. And why? To gain punya. To gain punya at mind level, we do worship. At speech level, we speak good. Okay. And at body level, we perform all karmas, etc. Why? To gain the good karmas and to gain good karma phala and hence build up. But on the other hand, when we don't, okay, uh, but when we don't take care of Atithi properly, then what happens is that all that we have, uh, all of that we gained will be lost. And especially when there's a Brahmana is there anashnan, without food at your home. Therefore, the point is that, I mean, like, this mantra is, the importance of this mantra is that A guest should never be neglected at our home under any condition. So, knowing this, Mrityu Devata, Lord Yama, has approached Nachiketa and he started saying this. Okay, so up to this point we have seen. So now we are going to start the ninth mantra. So we'll chant ninth mantra and go from there. Okay? So give me 1 second, let me pull up. Yeah. So one of you please go off mute and repeat after me. Tisro
तिस्रो
Ratri
रात्रि
रात्रिर्य दवा अस्ति गृहे रात्रिर्य
रात्रिर्य
दवात्सि गृहे
वात्सि गृहे
मे
मे
अनश्नन्
अनश्नन्
ब्रह्मन्
ब्रह्मन्
अतिथिर्
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 नमस्य
नमस्यः
नमस्ते अस्तु
नमस्ते अस्तु
ब्रह्मन्
ब्रह्मन्
स्वस्ति
स्वस्ति
मे
मे
अस्तु
अस्तु
तस्मात्
तस्मात्
प्रति
प्रति
त्रीन्
त्रीन्
वरान्
वरान्
वृणीष्व.
वृणेष्व.
So here, so let me chant the whole thing. Tisro ratri yadavasti gruhi me anashtan brahman atithi namasya namaste astu brahman swasti me astu tasmat prati in varan nuneshva. So here what happened is that they saying the previous eva muktaha. Eva muktaha means like saying thus. Thus saying means like the previous mantra. Eva mukto mrittiruvacha nachiketasa upagamya puja puraha saram. Okay, so here what happened is that saying this. Okay, no, saying this means what was that said? No matter what, the guest should never be neglected. Saying thus, Mrityu, said by the Mrityu, meaning Lord Yama, he reached Nachiketa and he did the worship of Nachiketa. As in, like, he welcomed him properly, etc. And here, what happened here? Tisro Ratri. Okay, Tisro Ratri means Tisraha Ratrihi Yat Yasmat Avasihi Ushitavanasi Gruhe Me Mama. So that means Tisraha Ratri means 3 nights you were in my house. 3 nights you were in my house without eating. Hey Brahman Atidhi San Namasyah Namaskara Tasmat Namaste Tubhyam Astu Bhavatu. So that means hey Brahmana, hey Atidhi. Okay. I am doing salutations. Okay, I'm doing namaskara. Why? Because you are worthy of my reverence. Why? Because you were waiting for me patiently for 3 days and 3 nights without eating or drinking anything. Hey Brahman, swasti bhadram me astu. Tasmat bhavatu anashanena. See, bhavataha means you, anashanena, because you did not eat while staying at my home. What happened? There's a papa has been committed, meaning a sin has been committed by me. Now, why is Yama personally responsible for a sin that is committed? No, because Yama did not know who was coming to his home or who is not coming to his home in his absence. But the fact that someone has come and they did not eat, still Yama is responsible somehow. So so that means that we all of us can become responsible for things that we did not do because of not knowing. Okay. So sometimes law may be lenient, but nature is not lenient. For example, even in law also, right? You're driving at 40 miles an hour. You're going somewhere, and in a local road, you're driving 40 miles an hour, and or maybe like say 30 miles an hour. And a policeman stops you, and he starts writing a ticket. Wait a minute, I'm only driving at 30 miles an hour. Yes, yes, but this is 25 miles. So I didn't see any board. It's a residential neighborhood, 30 miles is standard. So there's no board saying it is 25 miles an hour. Why should I be charged? Thing is that in our town, 25 miles is, unless it is specified, it is 25 miles an hour. So you should have known, because I don't have any, I mean, just because you did not know doesn't mean that there is no law. So you still violated law and he can give the ticket. Now, one point is that he may give a warning and send you. That's a different story. But you're still liable for not knowing, and you need to pay penalty for that. Now, this is like what I told is actually a real story, right? And similarly, in nature also, someone who is uneducated eats lot of sweets. Now, nature is not going to say, "Oh, you did not know the implications of eating lot of sweets, so you won't have diabetes." No, diabetes will come. So, like that, the nature, whether you know it or you don't know it, you are responsible to maintain your dharma, and the moment you don't maintain your dharma, you will incur sin. So in this case also, Yama, even though he did not do anything incorrectly, be- somehow he became responsible, meaning he accrued some level of papam or sin, because this child did not eat for 3 days. So now, because the child did not eat for 3 days, what he's saying is, Hey Brahman, swasti bhadram me astu. Okay? Namaste astu Brahman swasti me astu. That's what he said, right? Brahman swasti me astu means, may, may they let, there may be welfare and safety for me. Okay? Swasti and bhadram. So, swasti is, may good things may happen. Bhadram means may. So swasti and bhadram, the first look, they both may appear similar, but bhadram means whatever you have, you don't lose. Swasti means may good things happen. So that means good things will come to you, and whatever you have, the things that you have, you don't lose them. So this is what I mean say. This is a prayer that Bhagwan Yama is saying to a Brahmana child. And he says, तत्र तत्र तत्राप्ति उपशमेव न यद्यपि भवदनुग्रहेण सर्वं मम स्वस्ति स्यात्. So hopefully by तत्प्राप्य उपशमेन. So that means upashamam. Upashamam means somehow a neutralizing. What are you neutralizing? The sin that has been committed unknowingly. Hmm? Bhavat anugrahena, by your grace, sarvam mama swasti syat. Okay, everything may be well with me. That is what uh, Yama is saying. And he continues saying, Tadhapi, twadada. अधिक संप्रसादन अर्थ मनशने नोषितामेकैकां रात्रिं प्रति त्रीन् वरान् वृणीष्व अभिप्रेतार्थ विषयान् प्रार्थयस्व मत्तः. So I'm not just praying, saying like, oh, I made a mistake, so I apologize. I want to somehow make it right. Okay. Now, how do I make it right? So, for example, sometimes what happens is, you see, like airlines may cancel your flight. Okay, you're planning on going somewhere, and the day before you get a notification saying that your flight is cancelled. Now, when airlines cancel the flight, so in some cases they may automatically refund the money. In some cases, you have to apply and prove that the airlines has canceled the ticket and all of that, and like you have to go through a bunch of hoops. Now, but some airlines, especially like if you are their preferred customer, what will they do? Not only they refund the money automatically, but they say, let me do something right for you. Okay. And how do I make it right for you? I'll give you $200 in travel vouchers or maybe $500, whatever amount. Okay. So that uh, you will continue to stay with us, and you give us a chance to serve you in future. Now, in the same way here, he's saying that I want to make it right for you. So I'm going to give you 3 boons. Okay. So you pick and ask anything. And why am I giving 3 boons? Because you fasted for 3 nights in front of my house, and therefore I'm going to give 3 boons to you. And the 3 in Varan, Bruneshwa. So this is kind of like an open invitation. Okay, no conditions. Okay. Now, uh, see, the thing is that even when varas or boons are given, sometimes the boons that are given will land the boon giver in trouble. Take in case of Dasharatha. He said he'll give 2 boons to Kaikeyi. And then what happened? Kaikeyi asked for something which caused Dasharatha to lose his life. It is not limited to humans giving boons. It is also even Bhagwan also, like as in like if you remember, Lord Shiva has given a boon to an asura that whoever wherever he puts his hand on whosoever head, they will burn. And then what happened? That asura wants to try it on Lord Shiva himself. Okay, and hence, but then Vishnumurti came to the rescue of Bhagwan Shiva as Mohini and lured this asura and started dancing and challenged the asura to follow and like meet his steps. And as part of the dance, somewhere like in the heat of the dance moment, the Mohini puts her hand on own head, and Bhasmasura also does the same thing, and he gets burnt. But in this particular case, this recipient, Nachiketa, is a great Mahatma. So by giving these 3 boons, Yama is not going to get into any trouble. Okay. So here, Yama, now, how can Yama give any kind of boon like this? Because Yama is considered as the embodiment of Brahma Jnana itself. Okay, not especially like in South, in Telugu specifically, there are too many movies made about Yama with the social context, as if someone accidentally dies and goes to Yamaloka and creates a big problem there, and or Yama comes here and he goes into a lot of trouble, etc. And where they show Yama as a comical figure, right? According to our scriptures, Yama is the embodiment of Brahmajnana. So he comes under the like like if you think about like different forms of God, right? Different forms of gods are like multiple devatas. When you think about in those deities, he is one of the elite class where he is blessed as Sarvajna, Sarvashakti, and Brahmajnana. Sarvajna means all knower. How can you say he's all knower? Every jiva, whatever sin or merit they are committing at their mind level, speech level, action level, all of them are captured by Yama. Does anyone know what's the name of the minister of Yama? Yeah, do you recall what is the name of Yama's minister?
No, not really.
Chitragupta.
Oh, Chitragupta. Okay. He creates all the accounts, right? He's the account minister.
Yeah. So Chitra means what? Chitra means frame, picture. Okay. Now that means every frame of every movement of our life at mental level, physical level, I mean like at thought level and physical level is all captured by him. Okay. So that means everything, Lord Yama knows everything. So that is why Lord Yama is considered as Sarvajna. And he can take life of any being, without any hesitation, right? So that's why he's Sarva Shakti. And then he knows the nature of what is being manifested and when it should go into unmanifest state. So because he knows that he sees through this manifestation and unmanifestation all the time, he has Brahma Jnana. So that is why he is able to give boons, whatever boons he can ask. Okay. So now, with that, we'll go to when Yama asked this, Nachiketa uh, response. What is Nachiketa's response? Let us see in the next shloka. Actually, I'll read the shloka first and then we will chat. I'll help you chant. Okay. Shanta Sankalpaha Sumana Yatha Syat Vita Manyur Gotamo Mabhibhrityo Tvatparasrishtham Mabhivadet Pratitha Etat Trayanam Pradhamam Varam Brune. This is the first first boon that he asked for. So, one of you please repeat after me. Shanta Sankalpaha
शांत संकल्पः
Sumana
सुमना
Yatha
यथा
Tyat
स्यात्
Vita
द्वीत
Manyuhu
मन्युः
Gautamaha.
गौतमः
So it is Manyuhu Gautamaha will become Manyur Gautamo. Okay. Manyuhu
मन्युः
Gautamaha
गौतमः
Ma
मा
Abhi
अभि
Mrityo
मृत्यो
Tvat
त्वत्
Prasrishtam
प्रसृष्टं
Ma
मा
Abhivadet
अभिवदे
Pratita
प्रतीत
Etat
एत
Trayanam
त्रयाणां
Prathamam
Prathamam
Varam
Varam
Brune.
Brune.
So here, so like we need to understand that this is Nachiketa Swaha. Okay, so here, Yadi Ditsu Vahan. Okay, so in case if you want to give Varas, okay, so Nachiketa said, thus said Nachiketa. That is implied here. Okay, so शांत संकल्पः उपशान्तः संकल्पो यस्य मां प्रतीयमां प्राप्य किं नु करिष्यति मम पुत्रः इति. This is the first. Okay. Shanta sankalpaha. So what means that? Now here this, okay, so before I go word by word, let me help you understand the context. Now the first boon that Nachiketa is asking about the welfare of his father, the mental state of his father. What do you mean by mental state of his father? This child, who is less than 10-year-old, did something right and corrected the father, and in the process, father got angry and said something harshly, because of which son has to die and go to Yamaloka. When such a thing happens, how does the father feel? What would be the state of the mind of the father? He will be full of regrets, because he's not a bad person. When he was trying to save good cows, who was he saving them for? Saving for his own son. Why? Because of the attachment to his son. So when his son dies before, when a child dies before parent, it is very, very painful for a parent to see the death of their child. Whatever reason, whatever the kind of, whatever type of child that might be, okay, good, bad, ugly, terrible, still the parent cannot bear that pain, suffering. Now, if the child is good child, the pain is more. And if somehow you are responsible for the death of your child, it is lot more. Okay, so that is why what he's asking is Shanta Sankalpaha. So that means that let there be peace in his heart. Whose heart? My father's heart. So, Upashantaha Sankalpa Yasya Mam Pratiyam Prapya Kim Nu Karishati Mama Putraha. Meaning, what is going to happen to my child? He has died. Where did he go? How is he living? I mean, not how is he living. What is his gati? Did he go to Yama? Did he go to what kind of shiksha? Or like punishments that he is going through? What did I do? So like that. Okay. So let such thoughts not be there. Where to who? To his father. Saha Shanta Sankalpa Sumana Prasanchittasya Yatha Syat. So how should he? So this is like a remove that kind of thoughts from my dad's mind. Sa Shanta Sankalpa Sumanaha Prasanna Chittasya Yatha Syat. So let he have peace in his heart, in his mind, Sumanaha Prasanna Chittasya. So let him have cheerful attitude. Okay. And Vitamanyuhu. Okay. Manyuhu means anger. Okay. Vitamanyuhu means without anger. Vigata Roshascha means in Rosham is also a different type of anger. Okay. And free from all this Manyu, meaning free from anger, etc. Gautamaha. Gautamaha means his father's name is Gautama. His father's name is Gautama because he was adopted by his grandparents. Okay. So, Mama Pita, Ma Abhimam Prati He Mrityoho. So, and then let him not have any anger towards me. Because sometimes what happens is that when this is an interesting human psychology, is that when we do wrong, to somebody. Okay, we committed wrong to someone, and I know that I did the mistake. It is my mistake. I would somehow will have an anger or hatred to the victim of my mistake. Okay. See, the thing is that if I have committed a mistake or I committed a wrongly action towards someone, I should be sorrowful to that person, and I should try to help him or whatever. But instead, I actually will have anger towards that person. This is a very common thing. This is more common than many people realize. Okay, why? There is a kind of a guilt. I mean, how they justify is that this person made me do wrong things. Okay, so it's kind of an interesting thing, but it does exist. So here, what happens is that the father may actually have anger at his son as well. If only he did not do that, he would have been. If only he didn't ask that question in Yajnashala, he would have been pleasantly running in front of me. All the things that I did, why did I do? What did I do for? I have done it for his sake, my son's sake. And he doesn't understand. That fool, he made me say that. And because of that, he died. Okay, so like that, there's a great anger. So so he is pointing out, Nachiketa is pointing out that may he be devoid of anger. That is the second part. Okay, all of this is only one boon. Okay, that's the beauty of this his intelligence. Okay, and then kincha tat prasrishtam tvaya vinirmuktam preshitam gruham pratimam. Okay, so here in this, yeah, Yama's three boons. Now all of this is one boon. That's what he's saying. But what else he said in this? In the first boon itself. See, when I Tvat prasrishtam, meaning when I am going to be released by you, he should be able to speak to me. That means that Nachiketa is already planning his return from Yama. Okay. He followed his father's words and he came to Yama, but now that he came to Yama, he's also planning his return ticket too. So he's saying that, okay, so when I'm going to be released, okay, when I go home, okay, he should be talk to me. And now this is uh, the important part, okay, where he says, Pratitaha labdha smritihi sa evayam putro mamagataha ityevam pratyabhijanan ityarthaha. So here, this, when he goes, meaning Nachiketa goes, Pratita labdha smritihi. So he should understand that I am his son. Sa evayam putro mamagataha. So that means that, oh, this is my son who came back. And he should recognize and treat me like that. Etat prayojanam trayanam paranam prathamam adyam varam vrune prathaye yatuhu paritoshanam. So that means etat prayojanam. So this is the prayojanam. Okay. Meaning this is what I'm choosing. Among the trayanam, among the three varanam, among the three bones, prathamam adyam, this first one is this one. What is this? So my father should be free from
Anger.
anger, shanta sanka, free from any kind of like sad feelings, etc. That is shanta sankalpa, and then no anger. Okay, and he should, when I go back, he should recognize me. Okay, so that means what I'm going back, and he should recognize me. So this he should recognize me. That means what? Okay, here. Actually, in Anandagiri Tika, it said that Anandagiri is the this one of the four primary students, disciples of Shankaracharya ji. So when Shankaracharya ji wrote the commentary on Kathopanishad, Anandagiri ji wrote Tika on that. So he says that Prete bhuya magato nava lokaniya iti mat veksham yadha na karoti tadha prasadam tvaha kinchat prasrushtamiti. So here he clarifies that why did he say that when I go, he should recognize me? Because what happened there when Nachiketa died, okay, maybe committed suicide or whatever, right? His body was burnt, right? Funeral, etc. Now, if this guy, I mean, the Nachiketa appears there, the father may think, or people may think that it's a ghost that has come. Okay, is the one that has come is the one that has returned after becoming ghost. So if you see a ghost, what do? You will run. You don't want to talk. Okay, you will ignore and you will try to run away from that place, pack up and run away. So that's why he said that when I go back, my father must recognize me as who I am. So that means what? What happened? Nachiketa did not, I mean, like, because the Upanishad was not clear on how Nachiketa reached Yamaloka. Sometimes people may tend to think that, oh, somehow this boy went with his own body like that. Okay, it is not like that. Nachiketa has died and went there, and now, as part of boon number one, he is ensuring his return, ensuring that his father recognizes him, ensuring that his father is not angry, and ensuring that his father is happy. So that is the intelligence of that child, where he asked for 4 boons in 1 boon. Okay, so that's what he asked. Then, of course, when Mrityu Devata or Lord Yama, of course, he's going to uh, accept that request and he'll ask for second uh, boon and third boon. So those things we will see in our next session. So I'll pause here and see if you have any questions based on what you heard so far.
So, are there any temples that are dedicated to Yama?
There are temples for Yama, Lord Yama. I don't recall where exactly they are. You can probably like Google or something like that and find Yama's temples. But there are some temples for Yama, yes.
So I have a question, a doubt. As you were telling the story, I was just imagining that the son and the father conversation. So here, the son was not very happy with the practice of the father giving away not so healthy cows to poor Brahmins. And so he questions the father. And so father says, father says, now how does this thing of I will give you to Yama context come up in that?
So it's actually like in the very first few mantras. So the son keeps asking, "Who are you going to give me to?" Okay.
So why does he ask that? That's my question. Why did he ask that? Because his father was giving away useless things,
Mhm.
useless cows to people. So
Mhm.
did he consider himself as useless too?
No, no, no. See, what happened is that he saw a father giving away. See, the purpose of this yajna is he has to give away everything that he owns. Now,
Oh.
So when but what is happening? He is only giving the useless stuff. When he's giving the useless stuff, what is the feeling that the child has? My father is going to go to hell, right? Ananda,
Right.
okay. Now he wants to save his father from there. So then he wants to ensure that the father gives all the rightful things also. So then that is when he was asking, who are you going to give me to?
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, now this is the line of thought came correct. Okay. Understood. Yeah.
And then
Thank you.
Father, obviously, who wants to give up their child? Nobody.
Yeah.
Okay. So, sometimes we say this, right? Uh, in Hindi, at least like I came from Hyderabad. So, we say in Hyderabadi Hindi, they say, Jahannam mein ja.
Yeah.
So, which is equivalent to go to hell in English.
Oh,
Okay. So that's what
I see. Okay.
he said, I'm giving you to Yama.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Now, on a different topic altogether, I was wondering, I don't know whether you have any intentions in the future of doing Bhagavad Gita discussion.
I do it already. I'll share the links with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do Bhagavad Gita on Sunday morning at 9.
Even now, you're doing it now?
Yes. So chapter 9 chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita we are covering on Sundays at 9 a.m. And alternate Thursday at evening, the Thursday evenings, I am doing chapter 3. And these are the two open ones that I'm doing.
Okay, I would love that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'll send you the links.
Thank you, Andy, and have a very happy holidays and happy New Year to you. Thank you very much.
Happy New Year to all of you. We'll close then. We'll conclude.
Yeah.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. Thanks everyone. We'll meet next Tuesday.
Swasti. India Kaltananandi, I won't be here for a month and I'll be back. I'll try to log in from India if possible.
Sure, yes.
Yeah, Hari Om.
Hari Om.